Hello, my divinities. We are going to do something a little different today. It's something I used to do, and I keep getting all these private messages and requests to try the readings this way again. So let's see. Let's see what happens. We are going to have a little throwback. First, let's get the theme. What's the theme for today's collective story? Oh, commitment. Okay. With the Dragon's Lair. Well. All right, let's see. So the Dragon's Lair is number 19. This one says, you are always protected and divinely directed. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You're about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is a greater value in risk than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. Oh, interesting. And then it was commitment, huh? All right. This says, a true commitment is a responsibility of the heart, mind, body, and soul. This is a good time to make one. Partnerships formed at this time are harmonious and powerful. The commitment card also indicates the natural evolution of a relationship from its inception to a literal or metaphorical marriage. At the very least, there is a promise of fulfillment in some form. However, you must be conscious of what you're committing to. Be clear about the nature of your commitment and your responsibility to it. Others are more willing to enter into partnerships at this time. Remember that your partnership with spirit and the highest version of your own self will engage the highest self in another. Okay, so knowing this, let's get started. We're not going to be using clarifiers today. We're going to be trying to get as much of the deck out onto the table as possible, okay? So let's start. First line of today's collective. That one started out sideways, but it was more angled down. So we're going to reverse it. Page of Pentacles reversed. The Hermit. The Page of Cups. King of Cups. The Magician. The Empress. And the Lovers. Well. With the Queen of Cups. Six of Pentacles, Judgment, King of Pentacles. This is going to sound very specific, but this is good because whoever this story is going to resonate with, they're going to know it's their story because it's very specific. We have a King of Cups here who has possibly 2 daughters. One could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and one could be Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or it's the same daughter and they're really bad at earth energy, but they're really good at water energy. I have a feeling this king is a single father. This may be somebody who is a widower. They may have been going through life quite alone, is what I'm feeling with this. I think that they have responsibilities that not a lot of people have, because with Hermit energy, they have skills and knowledge that other people don't have, but it showed up between the two Page energies. So it could be that maybe one of the daughters is special needs, or it could be the opposite. It could be that they are prodigies, and so it requires a lot more of this king to keep up with them and keep up with their schedule, and maybe put them in special schools and things like that. So there's something here. This card is giving me the impression that this is somebody who's had to battle life alone for a really long time, just him and his little chicks. But he's been putting out a prayer. Well, I wouldn't know if it's a prayer. Maybe this is someone who believes in manifestation. If this is a faithful man, he will be either praying or manifesting, because both require faith. So he's been asking for a partner. He's been asking for love. He's been asking for a companion. But he doesn't just want any woman. Notice that the person he's asking for shows up as the Empress and the Queen of Cups. He wants someone who's just as loving as he is. He wants someone who has mother-like energy, probably because he wants her to be able to connect with his children. These don't have to be girls. They could be masculine children. Either way, with his children. He wants this person coming in to connect with his children. And remember, we could reverse this, and this could be a single mother asking for a father that would, complement. It's not about gender, it's the energies. Remember that. So this is exciting, because this is the perfect match, right? King and Queen of Cups. Now, Empress energy just amplifies all of this, because the Empress has all 4 queens, remember. So this is somebody who's very selective. They haven't been married, not because they can't be married, but they want the words "a lot" are coming to mind. They want a lot. They don't just want any person to be their partner. When they commit, they want to commit to someone that they utterly respect and adore. Oh my God. Okay, let's get these up. And let's see what comes out next. Okay, Knight of Wands reversed. Not the great not the greatest start. Nine of Swords. Six of Pentacles. The World card. There she is, Queen of Cups. Ace of Wands. And the Fool. Okay, so this changes things a little bit. Yep, this changes things a little bit because got the Knight of Wands reversed. This King of Cups possibly thought that they would never find their match, which we have to examine that, okay? Because we don't want our characters in this story to come across like they're just fucking perfect, because nobody is. And it's hard to relate to someone who's perfect. This king is not perfect by any means, but this shows us a touch of their arrogance, because it does take a little bit of arrogance to feel that we are the only ones who are a certain way. And I think this king really thought that they were the only ones that could care this deeply about their children, that could be this dedicated, this disciplined, this giving. And so they kind of, Nine of Wands reversed tells me that they kind of, how do I put this without sounding like a bitch? They decided to sow their wild oats. Let's put it that way. They decided to play the field without taking people seriously because they just thought, I'm never going to find. Maybe if their wife died, they felt like they would never find her equal. And if this was a divorce, they just felt like they would never find somebody who was as great as their ex-wife, something like that. So this person not only struggled with a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, but they just decided, you know, this is just going to be my life now. Almost like they feel a lot of pressure, I'm surprised the 10 of Wands didn't come out. It might come out still. But they did this to relieve the stress, the pressure. They would go possibly on dates, on one-night stands, because this released some of the anxiety that they felt, some of the anxiety. Because you see here, even we have a masculine giving to two different children. So they could have one masculine, one feminine child. They could have two masculine children, two feminine. It doesn't matter. I have a feeling they have two children. Because we keep seeing, I don't know, it feels right. So whoever this masculine is, they felt like, I have to really focus on how much I'm giving my children. So it was almost I'm not saying that this is right, okay? We're trying to understand the mentality of this king. And they felt that they were sacrificing themselves by not focusing on love so that they could focus on their children. Because here it shows us two little ragamuffins, right? They're in rags. It's like this person felt sorry for their children. They felt a lot of, they need more of me because they don't have their mother. Whether this is a widower or whether this is a divorcee, they felt the same way of like, my poor little ones, they need me. So they decided that they would grab love whenever they could get a hold of it. Snippets of it, snippets of intimacy, snippets of closeness by basically becoming a player. We're not gonna sugarcoat that because Knight of Wands reverse is pretty fucking obvious. But enter this Queen of Cups. And this Queen of Cups comes across as someone who not only is their match, but with the World card, they see this person as a well-rounded person because this has all the fixed signs on it. It's Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, and Aquarius, which means that she has the qualities of Scorpio energy, which means she's attractive, she's sexy, but she's also really good at forming bonds and intimacy, closeness with people. She has Taurus energy, which means she's really grounded, practical. She's dedicated, she's consistent. She has Aquarius energy, which makes her amiable and easy to talk to and a humanitarian and someone who thinks about the future of the humanity. And she's also Leo energy, which makes her warm and funny and charming and someone who lights up the room. So this king is like, oh, I found someone. So with Temperance, something about this queen tempers them. With Temperance, it means that any energy that they were in excess of, she helps balance it out. And they're feeling a lot of attraction towards her. With the Fool card, this could go either way. Either one, they're attracted to her carefree nature, to somebody who is, they see her as somebody who really trusts life, somebody who really trusts their path. Or this could indicate that they, because they feel this attraction, they just want to take a leap of faith and tell her how they feel or tell her what they would like to form with her. Let's see. We get the Six of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Wands, ooh, I love this card, the Devil. I love the art. It's so, well, let's just say passionate. One more. Oh, two more. Okay. Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords with the Four of Cups. Interestingly enough, I don't think the Queen is interested in this King. So if she sees them as this, she might not see them as the King of Cups. She might see them only as the Knight of Wands. They might have met her while they were, you know, prowling for somebody to spend a one-night stand with. I don't think they made a good impression. Well, I digress. Let's slow down, because with the Six of Cups, there is a bond there. There is a soulmate bond. However, with the Eight of Cups, the masculine is the one walking away from the feminine. And then we have the Seven of Wands. So she sees them like, we formed a bond and then you emotionally disconnected from me and you blocked your feelings. Because the Seven of Wands, I don't know if you can notice, but they're building a dam. I'm trying not to pick up the cards because then it messes them up and it drives my little OCD insane. So they're building a dam to keep away, to stop the water. And water in tarot is emotions, right? It's our feelings. So they made an emotional connection and then they disconnected emotionally and blocked their emotions. So now she doesn't see them like a king, which is accurate. Let's be real. A King of Cups does not do this type of thing. So maybe they believe themselves to be a King of Cups, and they might be when it comes to their children. But in romance, they turn into a Knight of Cups. They want to come across, and they are. I think that this is someone who can be charming. They can be romantic, they can be seductive. But with the Knight of Cups, it's almost like they want perfection. The thing about this is nobody's perfect. And if they're coming in with this energy, they're placing a lot of heavy expectations on the outcome of this. It's almost like they expect to never have problems. They expect that we're perfect. You have to be this certain way because I see you as perfect, because they're looking at her like she's perfect. But we have the Two of Wands here, which means that they see her like, you're the perfect person for us to grow together with. You're the one I want to have long-term plans with. Well, although that is great, she is already in this energy of like, okay, but you're expecting perfection out of our connection because you think I'm perfect, but you've already behaved in a really immature way. And again, she also is aware of her flaws. That means she knows she's not perfect. So I think she's starting to worry. She's starting to doubt whether she should move forward with this or not. Because the Devil energy, it indicates that they do have a very close bond. Six of Cups and the Devil means she loves their bond. It's addictive. But at the same time, her practical side is telling her, For the bond to be like this, there might be a possibility it's karmic. Because they go into King of Swords mode. They go from, they shift too quickly. They shift from the Knight of Wands to the Knight of Cups to the King of Swords. So they'll go from being playful, being charming, trying to get her to sleep with them, into being someone who's like expecting perfection, and then going into cold, withdrawn. And she's just, I think that's where she's sitting here like, which one are you? Or are these all of you? And if all of these are you, when should I expect which part of you, which facet of you? Because if you notice, she's been consistent showing up as a queen. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, she's most likely an Empress. So she's consistent when it comes to how she shows up, for the most part. Because I'm not saying she's perfect. We'll probably see her fuck up in a little bit. But the King feels a little bit more erratic. We go from King of Cups to Knight of Wands reversed to Knight of Cups, and then the King of Swords. That's a pretty drastic change. You know, I think what's really more ironic is that they believe themselves to be the perfect partner. In fact, we have 7 cups here, which means this person has multiple options. And they may have several people telling them that they want a relationship with them. And they're a little baffled because they've chosen this queen and she's kind of like, pulling away. So they're really confused because they're like, but I'm the perfect partner. That's already a problem, guys. If you're a masculine or a feminine, and you're listening to this and you think you're the perfect partner to anybody, that it doesn't matter who you're with, you would be a perfect partner, you need to take it down a few notches, okay? Because there's no such thing. And I'm telling you this as someone who used to think that way. As someone who used to think that way, that is not true. And I think one of the reasons these two people are coming together is because she's meant to show this king what they're meant to improve on. And they might not like that. King of Swords, they might consider themselves like, no, you don't understand. If I see you as perfect, you have to see me as perfect. Which, yeah, let's see. Got the Ten of Cups, perfection. Perfect family. The Four of Wands. The Three of Wands. The Princess of Swords. Temperance. And the Three of Pentacles. There's the Four of Cups again. See, if right now this king made a move, it might be different, but I don't feel like they have. They have not made the offer. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about making an offer. So it's almost like she's not even sure. Are you even serious? Are you the player? Are you the one that wants to have a perfect relationship, but like a dating relationship? Like, do you even want marriage? Like I feel like she's really confused is what it is. She's starting to be like, I don't even know which side of you is real. I don't know which side of you is serious. But see, again, we're coming across the Ten of Cups. They want the perfect family. They want the perfect relationship. But because this is a very realistic queen, with the Three of Wands, she's sitting here thinking of the future. Like, okay, if I continue investing in this, what's this going to be like for me? How will it be for me dealing with someone who disconnects emotionally when they feel like it, who believes themselves to be perfect and above reproach? I don't know. I think that this is somebody who, on the king side, people who usually tend to have this type of behavior, they might have gone through a very difficult childhood. And it's almost like they're trying to create the family that they wish they would have had growing up. So they're trying to bring in the perfect woman to be the perfect mother to their children that they possibly didn't have. And they're trying to be the perfect father to their children that they possibly didn't have. Or vice versa, it could be the opposite. Maybe they had wonderful parents. And so they have like really high expectations on how to match that type of relationship. It's either or. It's one extreme or the other. Because this behavior is a little extreme, whether they realize that or not. So she's sitting here. I think right now she's going on observer mode. She's trying to figure out who they are, what they mean, what their future plans are, why they planned this. Like, she's trying to figure them out because the passion that she was feeling for them is now being tempered. It's almost like she's waking up to reality a little bit. With the Three of Pentacles, she knows, yes, we could work well together, but she sees them as someone very intelligent, but emotionally, I feel like they're very erratic. They may not recognize this, though. I said I knew we weren't going to use clarifiers, but I really want to use clarifiers. Let's see, which clarifier should I use? Let's use the Witch's Tarot. Because I'm trying to get a little bit more depth on what is going on. Let's see. Clarify. We're going to start clarifying the King of Cups. Clarify the King of Cups for me. So I'm trying to get more insight to understanding this character. Oof, no. Five of Swords. Clarify King of Cups. Okay, there it is. The Hierophant. And the Six of Swords. Okay, this makes a little bit more sense, because I was like, how could a King of Cups behave this way? I don't think this is a King of Cups. If it is a King of Cups, it's in the reverse, because this is somebody, they believe themselves to be very in tune with emotions. And that's why they showed up as the King of Cups upright, because they believe themselves to be, when they are in a good mood, they are in a great mood. They are a great father, they're a great husband or boyfriend, or they're a great friend. But part of the problem stems from the fact that this person, it's a problem and then it's not, because we should see ourselves as valuable, right? We should see ourselves as the prize. And that's what that's going on here. This king sees themselves like, I'm the prize. But this is reminding me of the collective we did a few days ago. I think it was just a couple of days ago, where it was talking about somebody who creates obstacle courses for their lovers. Five of Swords means that they play mind games. They'll push and pull with the queen. They'll want to be close to her, and then they don't want to be close to her. And then they'll push her away, and then they'll come back. And then they'll... there's that song that says, you have hands like the ocean. You push me out, push me away, and pull me back in. That's what's coming to mind here. Because I think that they have a little bit of maybe moments where they're not sure if they do want commitment or not, because it's with the Hierophant that it shows up as. So this could go two different ways. Either one, they're not sure if they actually want to commit, and that's why they do the push and pull, because when they think about commitment, then they allow the closeness, they allow the bond. But then when they're like, no, I'm not ready, then they'll do the pushing away. And so she's starting to get confused, be like, okay, hold on. What's going on here? Because she doesn't understand why they're behaving this way. This makes sense now, because I was like, why are they doing this? Okay. So they'll do both, though. They'll do the Five of Swords and they'll do the Six of Swords. So it's like they'll create a problem, then they'll come back and want to solve it. But then they'll create another problem. And I'm starting to get it, like you see this? She's starting to get exhausted. She's starting to be like, what's going on here? What are we doing? Let's clarify the Empress over there. Let's see who that is. If that's her or if that's their ex or their wife that passed away. Clarify the Empress. The Empress. Ooh, Ten of Swords. Okay. Clarify the Empress. Page of Pentacles. Three of Cups. Yeah. I'm going to say that this is the person that they were married to. So I don't know if this is somebody who passed away or is still alive. And because this is a collective reading, for some it could be one way and for some it could be the other. But they held on tightly to the bond that they had with this Empress. This is the person that they saw as their lover. And they felt like they would never equal what she brought into their life. If this was somebody who passed away, then this kind of amplifies all of this. If this is somebody that they got divorced from, I really wish this king would ask her what they did. Because I really feel if this is somebody that they were divorced from, they feel like they were the perfect partner. So the betrayal in their mind came from this Empress. So it's almost like they're in this state of mind. For those where this is a divorce, they're thinking, if the Empress, who I thought was perfect, betrayed me, what can I expect from other people? But see, here we have the Page of Pentacles, which came out at the very beginning. The Three of Cups. What is that? I don't, for the most part, I don't feel like this is a death because, first of all, the death card didn't come out. None of the cards that indicate grieving a death came out. So I think that this is a betrayal is the way they see it. But with the Page of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, I'm going to say something really audacious here. Is there a possibility the Page of Pentacles is not their child? But they raised this child for so long that they've just like, I've accepted that this is my child. Because we have third-party energy here. Or maybe Three of Cups indicates that the Empress already has another partner. And maybe they co-parent, but only the Page of Pentacles wants to associate with her. I don't know. This is a really tricky situation. Their connection with the Empress is a pretty tricky situation. And there is, I have to say, because I've tapped into this energy and they have a pretty big sense of pride. There's a possibility that one of the reasons they want a partner that's perfect is because they want to show this Empress, I got something better than you. Because they held on to what happened with this Empress for a really long time. They felt like that was the one. That was their lover. That was their person. and they're having a really hard time moving on from it. Clarify Knight of Wands reversed. Clarify the Knight of Wands reversed. Seven of Cups. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Yep. With the Five of Cups. Oof, there's that Ten of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Like I told you. Yeah, this is somebody who, they just had a lot of, they were very disappointed in love. They felt like if that person who I thought was amazing betrayed me, like they got a little cynical about love. They got a little cynical about bonds that you form with other people. So they decided to form multiple bonds with multiple people and not settle on one. Focus on work, build their finances. And that's how they decided to live. Now let's look at this Queen of Cups. Clarify the Queen of Cups. Okay, Queen of Cups clarified by the Queen of Cups. Clarify Queen of Cups. Queen of Pentacles, I told you that was the same person. King of Swords. With the Page of Pentacles again, though. King of Wands, Ten of Swords. They're afraid of history being repeated. They're afraid because they can sense that this queen has multiple facets to her. So she's the Queen of Cups, she's the Queen of Pentacles, she's most likely a Queen of Wands and Queen of Swords too, which means she's an Empress. They were already married to an Empress. That didn't work out. That went very, very badly. So their anxiety is coming from the place of thinking, oh, you know what the Page of Pentacles represents? When it came out with the Empress, she's not very committed. That Empress was not very committed, but they believed her to be. They were very proud of her. They were very proud of being married to her. But this queen is coming out with Queen of Pentacles twice. She's very committed. But because she has similar qualities as the other Empress, their fear is that she'll be the same. Because I think, you know, an Empress, let's be real, the Empress has a lot of beautiful qualities. So they possibly saw their ex as somebody who was loving, practical, beautiful, like the Empress. They saw her as the epitome of feminine energy. So either one, their marriage was not as perfect as this person believes it was, because why would an Empress leave otherwise? Or two, the Empress is not as perfect as they believe to be. So it's either way, I'm starting to really question how clearly this king sees things. Even though they're showing up as King of Swords, they believe that they're very clear. I don't think that they are. So the version of them that this Queen of Cups gets is the King of Swords. The cold, withdrawn, aloof version. Well, they didn't come out reversed, so I wouldn't say that they're super cold and withdrawn, but they're not very affectionate. They might even be a little harsh at times with her. So I understand where she's coming from now, because now she's sitting here like, it's like, in a way, and this could be subconscious, they might not even realize this. In a way, they're punishing her for what this Empress has done to them. The mind games that they play, it comes from fear that history will be repeated, but it also comes from fear that they will be played a fool. And there's this thing of like, Maybe I should have sounded this one out better, so I'm going to sound this one out, but based on the history with this one. Does that make sense? So I've talked about this before when I've said, you know, somebody has learned their lesson when they can tell you what they did wrong in their previous connection. If in their previous connection, they can tell you, oh yeah, I was either too possessive, or I was too this, I was too that. But honestly, I have a feeling if you ask this king what they could have improved on in their previous marriage, they would have said, I should have chosen a better partner. They don't think that they did any wrong, and they might not have. I don't know. It feels there's something almost eerie about this. Let's see. Let's clarify the Knight. Clarify the Knight of Cups. Wheel of Fortune, Four of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. With the Hierophant, the Hanged Man, the Fool, the Lovers. So they're showing up as the Knight of Cups because they're starting to believe in love again, which is good. It is good. With the Wheel of Fortune, that's exactly why this queen was brought into their life. She was meant to inspire them. She was meant to help them heal. And so they're starting to think of a future. They're starting to think of the possibility of commitment again. They're still not sure. They're thinking things over, because they feel like maybe over here they were a fool, so they don't want to be a fool again. They don't want to be a fool in love. The thing is, see, I see so many people like this, and I don't think they realize that somebody who betrays you, yes, maybe they fooled you because you never saw that coming. But that's a good thing. It's a good thing to not expect betrayal out of the people near you. It means you trust them, and you're supposed to trust them. If they fail in showing you that they deserve that trust, that's their failure, not yours. But this king is internalizing it. Like, I failed in selecting her, and that's not the problem here. Clarify Queen of Pentacles. Let's see. Three of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles reversed. I can see this queen is confused because she already considers them her person. She doesn't even see herself as single anymore. She's already being loyal to them when they're not even in a commitment. Because they are a lot of what she was asking for in a partner too. So they were asking for a specific type of partner, and she's been asking for a specific type of partner. So she can see a future with them. But I think that there's moments with Three of Wands, she sees potential. She sees what this could be. And then with the Five of Pentacles, she's in moments where she feels completely abandoned. That's why we have this, because maybe they will offer a commitment. But I think they both have to really ask themselves, what are they committing to? Who are they committing to? Does this king believe that they're committing to a replica of their ex? Maybe not physically. Maybe they look different, because even in the images, they look different. But energetically. Is it that they're taking a chance And when they think of taking a chance, they're thinking of taking a chance with the person that they were already with, because otherwise they're going to be paranoid as fuck because they're believing that they're reuniting with someone who already betrayed them. Or are they committing to somebody different, to somebody that they can see is a whole different person? And although they may have similar traits, let me put it to you like this. Imagine that this person over here was a librarian. And I'm making this up, obviously, but I'm just giving an example. Imagine that person was a librarian and they were somebody who also enjoyed cooking, and they were a musician, and they were a great wife in a lot of ways. When they meet this queen, this one loves to read. She may not be a librarian, but she loves to read. And she may not be a great cook, but she loves baking. And she might not be a great musician, but she's a great poet. It's like the similarities are weird. They're uncanny to this king because they're like, that's too similar to my ex. But they're still different. Who are they committing to? Are they going into this commitment believing that they're about to encounter their ex all over again because that's already going to go sideways? Or are they committing to a whole new person who is a very different person than the one they were with? And maybe they say things similarly or they express themselves similarly, and this person is freaking out. But it's... And then this queen also has to ask herself, who is she committing to? Is she committing to the King of Cups, or is she committing to the Knight of Wands? Is she committing to the Knight of Cups or the King of Swords? Because if you're going to commit to someone and you know that they have all these facets of them, even if the facets are a little disjointed, if you're committing to someone, you commit to them as they are. You can't go into a connection thinking, I'm going to fix them, because that's a problem already. You can help. You can encourage someone to grow, but ultimately it's always their decision if they want to grow or not. And she has to go in prepared for that possibility. Because she's already showing up not single. She already, in her heart, she's already committed to them. But she's sitting here thinking, is that a good idea though? She's already rethinking it. And with reason, I would say. Let's clarify King of Swords. I'm clarifying the court cards because they're giving us clarity on the different facets to these people. Clarify King of Swords. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, Page of Swords. So she's been observing them, they've been observing her. And they understand that being committed to her would change a lot of things in their life. And they're trying to assess whether they're ready for that. So on some level, they do understand commitment because they are showing up with the Knight of Pentacles. They're not showing up as the king, though. That's the only match to the queen, the king. So I'm not very fond of that, but let's continue. They're just so used to being alone. They're so used to being without love. They're so used to being unwanted, uncared for. This is someone who's given so much that they're used to always being last. So coming across a Queen of Cups who would always put them first feels like a treat, but it's like it's going to feed their inner child. And they already know this would definitely be a great mother to my children. But it like almost makes them uncomfortable because they don't know how to put themselves first. And someone else putting them first almost feels like a trick. It feels manipulative when that's not what she's trying to do. But I'm going to tell you something. The difference is that this Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, knows how to give, but they also know how to receive because they're in the very feminine energy. This king is used to being a giver, but they don't know how to receive. They know how to receive sexual intimacy. They know how to receive that. But getting them to receive warmth, emotions, oof, that's when the sword comes out. I don't know, guys. Clarify Princess of Swords. 7 of Cups. 3 of Swords. 3 of Cups. And the 3 of Pentacles? Oh, wow. So she just realized that's why she's losing interest. Okay. She is losing interest. And she's losing interest because they've brought a different person into the mix. They've brought in a Page of Swords. I thought that this was her. It's not. They got involved with someone else. So now she's really confused. Like, wait a minute. Because she was already in her heart committed to this person. I was wondering, I was like, where is all this coming from? 3 threes, 3 of Swords, 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Cups, which means they went with another one of their options. So in her mind, they're already taken. They decided to go a totally different path. They're already committed somewhere else. And although that broke her heart, if these two are friends, because it showed up over here, right? Them being friends, 3 of Cups. She's going to start treating this like a friendship. She's going to acknowledge, like, they have a right to move on. I can't tell them where they can or can't move on. But she is very confused because things just took a shift, a giant shift. And I think that she's realizing if they made that shift, it's because they don't want to be emotionally connected to her. And she's just going to have to accept that. With the 7, 3 of Cups, they feel like they're very happy where they're at. And there's no need. There's no need for a bond with her. And not a romantic one, at least. I'm going to stop. I'm going to do part 1 and part 2 like we did in the past. So I'm going to stop part 1 here. And we'll continue with part 2. So I hope you guys join us on Patreon to watch part 2. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.